Alright, so before I really get into this video, first of all, since it's the video coming after Fuego, I want to say he's bugged because you actually do not currently taunt after counterattacking, right? So this is why in my showcase I actually lost my mono green videos, because for some reason he wasn't attacking me after, right? So that is a huge factor that we need to count in this. But I want to talk about the recent quality of units and my problem, but also liking of what they've been doing for the past 2 or so months, because it's been better and way worse in my eyes. Okay, so let's just start. I'd say that's between, this is actually a crazy statement I'm about to make, but since Noel, there's literally only been one unit you needed to summon on, which is insane. Noel, skip, technically skip, because you could just pull for Vanessa. You didn't need to get her duped out because she usually died. Skip. This was the only unit. Skip. Or you could get one dupe. Skip. Basically, right? Which is a problem, right? You could literally see how the meta just has not been advancing. It hasn't. That's my problem, guys. I'm all for the new PvE content, right? I'm all for it, right? We are getting so much stuff. Literally 5 new game modes plus another one confirmed. That's great. The problem is now, PvP is starting to lack. It is, okay? Every single unit, we're going to do every single case, every single unit since these two, right? Mainly since Vanessa, has had uses, has been fun, but is not advanced the meta as it should have. Finneral brought in technically new team with Mono Blue. It was just a team that was there. It could work against a lot of teams, but was not necessarily better. Or countering every team was very easy to counter. Black Divider was Black Divider, obviously completely shifted the meta. Julius was good with Finneral, okay, and this is in order, by the way. Julius was good with Finneral, okay with Valkyrie, but overall not necessarily needed. Same with Raya. Very fun unit. Now, how could I prove that I thought he was a very fun unit? Let's see a little something. This is something that I think has been very telling for me recently. Is that every single showcase, every single new unit has been getting like 4 or 5 showcases. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, okay? And then Raya, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? That's literally over 2 hours of content, right? And Black Divider, well, I didn't do many because it was kind of obvious, bro, was busted, right? And then, so yeah, like starting from Dorothy especially, the quality of units really kicked up, right? The problem is, like, even Dorothy, she's good. She's annoying, but then not even needed, which is a problem. Big problem, right? She's great. She's going to be good for a long time and viable, but then again, she's in S. She's not S+, which is a problem. As like, she's supposed to be just really good on a lot of teams. Now, sure, debuffer supporter, I'm fine being S as long as she stays S for like 5 months. If that's the case, Dorothy, we could all agree, put it down below if you agree with me, that she's going to be an amazing investment. Now, by the way, before I get further into this, put in the comments below, how do you think they're handling the units? Like in terms of advancing the meta, having good quality units in terms of having fun with them. And do you think that they're doing a good job or need to like step it up, right? Now, after this, Summer, Charlotte, Yami were complete duds. No matter what anyone says, complete duds. Okay, this was the most nothing burger of a release, where if they released no units, it would have been better than releasing units here. Deadass. So, like, just why they released this, just very, very, very tragic of a release. I really hate it, right? And then they released Fuego, which, okay, listen. Since the beginning, right, you could actually go back to this video. I do say I think he's S with the potential for S+, but it depends. I said he's probably going to be S, right? And then I made this video especially honing in on the fact that like PvE content, right? I think this was this video, but also that like ammo removal units are not going to be his problem, which as of right now they're not. Ammo removal units are not the problem. It's just his damage is the problem. Honestly, his damage, his skill 2 damage needed to be way higher. Okay. I said if his damage is good, he's going to be just S+, but his damage is not as good as it needed to be. And then obviously for these two going into this, right, it's like, wait, hold on, Fuego is going to be good for PvE, which remains true, right? But the thing is, the problem with that is, oh, he's good for PvE. Guess what? Guess what? Who else is good for PvE? Black Asta, okay, Black Divider. So it's like you don't really need Fuego necessarily, even if he will be good. Okay, so Fuego has basically been amounted to a new unit, new player unit. Any new player, get him to dupe 2, no more investment. You could get 1 dupe with the skill page or not even, and you're fine. That's the good part about Fuego. 2 dupes, he's good. He counters bada bing bada boom. Okay. He is way better to get for a new player than Black Divider if Black Divider does rerun in 2 weeks. Why? Much less investment, don't need to max dupe the skill page, and he's still going to be decent, and especially PvP, PvE, and he will work well enough in PvP to get you decently up, which is the whole reason why Fuego for new players is like an S++++ unit. Barely any investment, you will get a lot of value out of him, and then you're good for a month until Lumiere comes out. Is basically how it works. I hope you understand that logic. If not, let me know. Okay, so then we get to the main point. Fuego is not advancing the meta either. Since mono green, we have been at a, like, literally just stable. Stable. Since mono green. It is a problem that these units are literally months old, and besides Veto, like, you know, Mario, Charlotte, and Vanessa have like been there a while, right? And like, well, these are all old units. So you could have basically, someone said you could have stopped playing when you summoned for mono green, when Yuno came out, and you would have literally had a meta team. You would still have a meta team. It's a problem. It's a problem that Finral should be an A tier, by the way. Ali definitely has prejudice against Finral. Finral should be an A tier. But it's crazy that so many of the new units are an A tier. Vanessa also should be an S tier, I think. Like, bro, Finral, Raya, Charlotte, Yami, right? I mean, technically, like, all these units, none of them are an S+. It's been 2 months since someone has breached the S+ ranking. 2 months, and 2 with Fuego, 3, 4, 5 technically, 6, 7, 8. 8 units. Like, you're kidding. You're kidding. Before and around Black Divider's time, right? Like, since Noel, it's only one other unit, which is a problem. Because all these other units, they create new teams. But in the way that it should be, you should not be creating... You should be creating new teams. But at the same time, you need to be advancing the meta. You can't... Like, they definitely... Whoever cooked with Mono Green cooked way too hard. Like, way too hard. It's actually stupid. The fact that they got 2 Fest units also, insane. Insane. Bro, absolutely stupid. So, I don't know. Also, Zora needs to move to A tier. It really is insane. I don't know. Like, to me, it's become a problem. Where, like, Fuego is great. Gonna be good for PvE content. But not even worthy to summon unless you're a new player. How? How? I don't know. It's so stupid. To me, it's so stupid. He's really fun. But it's just not worth it. Right? He's, like, as good as Black Divider. Almost maybe a bit worse or a bit better. Really does depend. Probably a bit worse. Versus Black Divider, way better. But a bit worse against every other team. So it's like, you're making a unit that released 2 months after Black Divider. Not even, like, better. Like, not outright better. Isn't that crazy? Like, Dorothy got a pass. Why? She's a red unit. So what does that mean? Power creep very low. Bar to entry is very easy because there's not a lot of red units. She's a debuffer. We don't get many debuffers, and she's red. So she's going to be there for a while, especially for chaos teams, for mono teams. She works on so many different teams. She works on mono red with gray. She works on chaos teams. She works on non-chaos teams. She works everywhere, right? So that's great. But, like, Fuego's an attacker. Like, you need to make these guys good. Especially when this pisses me off. Like, bro. Since Black Divider, this is insane. 1 attacker, 2 attackers, 3 attackers, 4, 5, 6. 6 attackers in 2 months. Are you kidding? Like, that's actually fucking BS. BS. So, I hope I illustrated my problem with the meta where it hasn't advanced forward. And I really don't like that. Like, they're offering you another option for Fuego. Why? Pick and ban? Okay. And, like, he should be better than Black Divider, right? I just don't get it. I don't. I really don't, right? Also, Fuego needs way more of a setup than Black Divider, so it's kind of crazy. Yeah, I like Fuego. S unit, S tier, S tier. No, he is top 10. He is top 10. But not as good as he should have been. He should have been outright number 2. Outright, he should have been number 2. Like, what they should have done. Let me, also, by the way, he's glitched. He's glitched, by the way. So technically, it would be better if he had the taunt on counterattack. What they should have done. Skill 1, gave 2 burns. Okay, 2 burns. Skill 2. Also, there's something else I have to talk about. But skill 2. Also, skill 2 should have also extended Salamander Flame. If you have Salamander Flame on yourself, you should have given it to yourself for an extended turn. Okay, that's another thing. That is another thing. This damage increase should have been 60 or 70% per burn. Per burn, right? And then the ult, I don't know what I would say for the ult. Honestly, I think I would have honestly maybe also given it Immo again. Like, they would have given Immo extension again, right? Remove all this, just give Immo extension again. You could keep the burn. Give Immo extension again. I definitely think double Immo extension, like, to me, is not that, like, it would have been fine. Because either you remove the immortality or you silence him. That's the main thing, right? That really is it. Then the combo, this was supposed to be 3 turns. Like, it was 3 turns in the footage we got, so that's a bit cringe. Burns are good. Honestly, like, I would have rathered another 1 AoE burn. Or 2 AoE burns, right? Like, he's supposed to be good, guys. He's supposed to be good. Like, the changes I'm offering isn't going to make him, like number 1 by, like, a mile. But it would have made him, like, number 2 by, it would have been pretty good, right? AoE burn here. You would have had Immo extension another turn. Salamander's Flame extending another turn here. Increased damage to 60%, right? Instead of 40. This would have had 2 burns here. And... no, not 2-turn taunt. I don't think 2-turn taunt. I think Salamander's Flame just... It sucks that it doesn't activate for long enough, okay? There are flaws with this unit. There's, like, no flaws with Black Divider. He's just, like, pure offense. But it's like, you want to do damage with him. Also, skill page passive. What should it have been? Okay, this is what it should have been. It should have been either or, right? Damage reduction when you, like, you get damage reduction for 1 turn when you counterattack with Salamander's Flame, okay? And then you also get an outright 30% magic attack when attacking, okay? When attacking, right? That would have been like the part where it's like universal, right? That's what it should have been, okay? It really should have. Hold on. Like, extra damage reduction is kind of what he needed for PvE and PvP. And if it gave him magic attack, if you kept the all attack, which honestly you could have, all attack with the magic attack multiplicative would have been even better. Okay, 30% is way better when you consider the 50%. Okay, also for the burns for sure. Because this is only on the counter, where it would have been better if it was like you get a magic attack buff for 2 turns just outright when you attack. So yeah, that's my changes. His passives are good. Honestly, I think it's when you take damage even without burn, but you know, I digress. Like, he's good. I like him. He's S tier. Which that lies the problem. Us saying he's S tier is something I should have probably touched upon a bit earlier, but I never said to summon for him. I said mainly new players, or if you like him, 2 loops PvE, right? Stuff like that. I just, like, when you're saying a new unit is S tier now, it's like, oh, a Fest unit, that's an attacker, that is a Dark Chaos unit that's fighting with Black Divider for the slot, is not S+, like, GG, right? GG. I don't like it. You guys let me know what you think. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.